And suddenly the house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire.
Hello, good morning, everybody. It's really like dark in here. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit, but I'm afraid it'll reflect off of my glasses. Is that better? Oh, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me this morning. It's been a morning, I can tell you that. I haven't had anything caffeinated and I am dying. Well, I'm not really dying, but a little dramatic, I guess. But I am tired. Had to take my son to school this morning. And I just got back. So thank you all for joining us, even those couple people. Appreciate you. I put the link, so if anybody wants to come up on this early morning, you can come up and hang out. That'd be awesome. If not, that's okay too. Alrighty. Oh, I got a book in the mail from Johnny Seeds. Yeah, I wish I could drink coffee. I just can't. It kills my stomach. I need to find like another alternative caffeine. I'm eating cashews. Yeah, baby. I don't know, man. Need to find some alternative caffeine or something because I just can't do the coffee. As soon as I get back from school run, I will come up. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Hey, Kathleen. Thanks for coming in. No school here in New Jersey due to snow. Really? See, I can't. This is why I don't wear my glasses. You can see like the light from my screen and everything. It like shows up in my glasses. It drives me crazy. It also makes it to where I can't see. So there's that. I don't need to see. That's okay. But that sucks about the snow. We're supposed to get snow here too. Just don't know when. We're supposed to get it. Dude, there's so many things I want to do with this channel. And I just feel like I don't have the time right now. My son is going to school 4 days a week. And he's special needs. So he needs me and stuff like that. So I've just been busy. So if you haven't seen any videos or anything in a while, it's because of that. I did do a video not too long ago. It's been kind of tough too because I'm doing, excuse me, I didn't even eat anything this morning, so I'm like burping nothing. Like my stomach is upset. So I've just been, I've been doing stuff for Grow Big TV as well. So I'm trying to dedicate my time to both. I have ideas. I just haven't. Was that manifest? No. I haven't put them out there yet. That's it. I can't think this morning. But Okay, so I had to put eggs out today because what's happening is, ooh, broccoli seeds. Ooh, I have so much crap on my desk right now, and I just cleaned it off, cleaned everything up. So now I have more seeds. Seeds, seeds, seeds. I got you. Okay. But anyway, I have to put eggs out, but I can't right now. I mean, it's 28 degrees out there. If anybody has eggs, do you put them out when it's super cold? Because I'm afraid they're going to freeze. I don't want them to freeze. It's 28 degrees out there right now, and I don't want to put them out. I will probably do it like around 1-ish, do it between 1 and 5 or something. Yesterday it worked out perfect. I put them out there, but nobody bought any. But I've already sold a couple dozen already this year. I usually like give my birds a break and don't sell any and don't, just kind of let them chill for a while in the wintertime, because usually what happens is this time of year when the light starts coming and everything, they won't freeze in a cooler. Okay, well, I have them in a cooler, so that's cool. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put them in a cooler. I just put them in that cooler and it'll be okay. I have a cooler out there for them. I was just worried about them freezing in there. But this time of year, my chickens, they get more light, and when they get more light, they start laying more. That's that's the same with any bird. I hate that. I look like I'm freaking alien. Look at that. Look at that shit. It drives me crazy. But what am I gonna do? I need light. I could probably, I don't know. It's driving me crazy. I need to wear my glasses today because yesterday I had such a horrible, wicked headache. Hey, Rebecca. Thank you for coming in. I had a horrible headache yesterday. And then I posted it on Facebook. I'm like, anybody else have been having, like, the last 4 days have been having horrible headaches? And Gil posted back. He's like, there's some kind of CMEs or CMEs, country music entertainment, something going on right now with the sun. I don't know, gamma rays are touching my brain or something. And I am feeling all this pressure in my eyes and my face and everything else. And of course, everything goes straight to my freaking teeth. So like my mouth hurts. Yeah, so I've been dealing with that. So anyway, so I put eggs down almost every other day or something like that. But the birds, what happens is they get more light. Now, you can feed them selenium. Selenium is like black oil sunflower seeds. You can give that to them over the winter, and they're supposedly supposed to lay more. Selenium is supposed to help them with the light and stuff like that. And yeah, they give that to penguins and everything else in zoos and whatnot. So selenium is supposed to help them, but I just feel like they're under so much pressure, and it's cold out, and I'm like, I don't want to stress my birds out. So they don't really need, to lay a bunch of eggs in the winter. And usually they take a break anyway. They stop laying for a while, and that's okay by me. That's okay. I know a lot of people, like, they give their birds like cat food and stuff like that because it has higher protein in the wintertime and stuff like that. And I did that one year, and I had a light on in the coop and did all that weird stuff, and I just don't care anymore. So they don't have to lay. They're not under any pressure or anything like that. I probably should open up YouTube. I don't know. It's just a thought. Right now I'm just looking at my stream yard, or not stream yard, my melon here. Let me open up YouTube. The good old tuber. Okay, so I got 17 eggs yesterday. Her hens have been, yeah. They're late. As soon as it starts getting light, man. Easter is usually the busiest as far as eggs are concerned time of year. I will get like a ton of eggs a week. Usually it's like 9 or 10 dozen a week, because I have so many birds, and it's kind of annoying. When did he do a pop-up live? 7 hours ago. That's crazy. I didn't even get that notification or anything. Switch account. Ooh, I have 1830 subs on. Hey, what's up, Kathy Bates? I have 1830 as far as subs concerned on Wide Family Farm. I did take a little break because of drama and everything else going on, and I was tired of it. So I took a little break. Let's see. So my last video I did was saving money on my grow station. I say grow station because if you say the other word, they think that you're growing pot or something, and that's really not what I'm doing. And I got in trouble with it before, so I was like, yeah, I'm not growing marijuana in my house. I'm growing food, people, food. Hello, Grow Big. Thanks for coming in the chat. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming in. Appreciate ya. 8 people in the house so early in the morning. That's great. Appreciate it. So anyway, I got a Venmo. Okay. And it's really, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it was against all principle. Like I really didn't want to get, hey, Mac, happy Mac. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you have no idea how many people need to get a grip. Like there's so many people that need to get a grip in reality, for sure. But anyway, I got a Venmo, and it was against all else. Like I didn't want to get one. I'm really not into it. There's all different types of places to get, get your money to and all this. And so I opened up a Venmo. I'm really considering getting the debit card through Venmo so I can easily access the money, because it's a pain in the ass, really, to tell you the truth. I went ahead and forwarded it to my checking account, and it literally said it will take up to 5 days. And I was like, oh, so then, yeah. So I set up a Venmo on my egg stand so people can just, buy eggs that way as well. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know about it all. I know most people that I know pay cash for everything, especially in these parts, they pay cash. But it's just an added extra on my stand in case people don't have cash. They can get a Venmo account and pay for it that way. So that works. And then I had to go to the library because I have a printer, but we don't use it very often. So the ink doesn't get used, and then therefore it doesn't print well. So I went and printed these out. We will be using these for our farm stand coming up. So I'll be posting these. I'm going to laminate one, and so that it doesn't get all screwed up. Let me pull up this live because I'm not even in YouTube, like looking at it. It's important when you're, you guys give me some thumbs up, will ya? There's 10 people in the house and there was only 7 thumbs up. I'm watching, y'all. I'm watching you. Dismiss. Thank you. The amount of advertisements on YouTube just to open up YouTube is preposterous. Sorry, it's really early in the morning and my brain doesn't work this early in the morning. I would never get a job where I had to wake up so early in the morning. I can't do it. I physically can't do it. Can't do it. So it was so funny because when Joe and I were interviewing Tony, God, I can't talk. Joe and I were interviewing Tony. It had to be early because he's in the UK. And I was dying because I don't have any caffeine. And I was like, I'm dying here, but it's okay. By the way, I want to thank you guys for still being members to my channel. I appreciate it. I do have a collection on there of how to do things. So if you're interested in being a member of my channel, it's only 99 cents a month and you get free education, basically, for 99 cents a month. Everything's free through there. I don't have like a hotline where you can message me, but I'm sure you could find me on Facebook because I'm always on Facebook. Um, but yeah, there's that. I got a new Johnny Seeds catalog in the mail yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to look at it. Yeah, I'm going live so I don't fall back asleep because there is some stuff I had to do today. And I don't want to go to sleep because then I wouldn't wake up till like noon, 1 o'clock, and my entire day will be wasted. And I don't like that. Yeah, good morning, Joe. Thanks for coming in, Joe. What else? What else do I got on my brain? I have a bunch of seeds started in the basement. They've already popped up. So that's another thing. I'm like, it's really, really early unless you're like planting peppers. Some peppers take like up to 100 days or more. So if your grow date or your plant date is like after May 1st or whatever, you might want to get those started. Especially hot peppers because they take a while to produce hot peppers. Yeah. So it takes a while to get this started. I am doing like a little experiment right now. I have so many seeds I can do that. So doing an experiment with my cabbage. I got cabbage and lettuce planted in my grow station in the basement. I did a video on that, so if you want to take a look, go ahead. But I have them all popped up already. They're ready to go. I just need to, what I really would like to do is plant them right now. Just plant them right as they pop up. That way I don't have to do a transition period. That's what I would really like to do. But they're going to go in my little mini, what is it? It's not a greenhouse. Yeah. My little mini, whatever they call it, that I have over my bed. So that's exciting. I can't wait to possibly get some cabbage growing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really good at cabbages. I would like to get some leafy greens. That'd be great. I haven't had a salad in an extremely long time because I don't want to die. And so I haven't had a real decent salad in a long time. I do eat vegetables, however, but I just don't eat, especially lettuce, when I'm out. I don't trust it. There was an article that I read, and I can't exactly remember the specifics, but it did say like the top vegetables that you shouldn't eat ever when you're out. And one of them is tomato. The other one was onion. And the other one was lettuce. Because, yeah, you can die from bacteria and whatever else they use when washing vegetables. It's disgusting. And so I won't eat them. So there's, like, right now with our food supply in the United States and everything that's going on, it's like 101 ways to die. It's pretty sad. Oh, here's a Rebel. Yay. Thank you for coming on.
That light is bad.
It's okay. My lighting's bad too. I look like I'm an alien. Look, can you see it?
Oh. Yeah.
It's all up in my glasses.
You're a little green. Your complexion's a little green. You look like from Wicked. You look like you're from Wicked.
My lighting's horrible. I'll be better tonight. I'll have brain power tonight. I promise. Tonight, we got an interview. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Grow Big TV will be there at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're doing that.
That's not better.
Anybody else like getting tired of political messages? Holy shnikes. Okay, so my video on Grow Big TV has 407 views right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's how to save money gardening video. And thank you so much. Actually, talking to Tony has really helped me a lot to figure that out because we had a really good conversation about YouTube and how to do things. And he said, when you start out in the beginning, to you hit about 10,000 subscribers, you want to do like all how-to videos. How to do this, how to do that, and educate your viewers because that's how you draw them in. And then after you hit 10,000, he said that you have to change it up and start producing more life videos, more things that you do and stuff like that to expand and get people's interest because after a while people stop watching because they don't want to watch a how-to video. And so after you hit 10,000, then you got to change it up a bit. But he did tell me about how to title your videos, which was pretty cool. That I got that information from him and how he views things. I do my channel a little bit differently, and that's probably why I haven't grown as fast as I'd like to, because I still I'm like an artsy person, and I still like to do garden tours. I love my garden, and I love to do all that as well. And so even those, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I love seeing your garden videos though.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was like, oh man, I'm like, my garden videos aren't really that educational, but I just really like to do it. I like to show, and like, I like to do, what I really like to do is go back and look at the video. I know the one year, I think it was last year, when we planted the Boston Marrow, it was cool to see the older videos to how big that plant had got. So I like to go back and look and be like, holy smokes, that plant got freaking huge, you know? And then I can go back and look at that. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I know they're not super educational, but I like it. So.
But they also help with planning where to plant stuff, because if I'd have put that Boston Marrow in my little garden area, it had taken over the whole thing.
Oh, for sure. That's all you would have been eating.
Yeah. So, for me to know, okay, that's a great plant. Probably not for me with my compact little situation I have going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to plant a Boston Marrow if you only have like, a small garden bed or a green stalk or whatever they call them. I definitely wouldn't plant a Boston Marrow there.
Whoosh, there goes the tower. Yeah. We become the Leaning Tower of Pisa really fast.
You definitely wouldn't have any space whatsoever. That's kind of funny to think about that. Those Marrows got freaking huge. And we're going to grow them again this year. I have a ton of seeds. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about as well, is I do want to do a seed exchange this year. And I wanted to kind of do it towards spring, when people start, planting their gardens, probably do it in March. And I'll advertise it a couple weeks in advance so people know. How my seed exchange goes is you come in, you show up, and when you show up, then you get put on the wheel. And then I spin the wheel twice, and those two people go. Then I will take another set of people. So you get matched up with someone you don't know, and then you do a seed exchange. You don't have to spend a ton of money doing this. You can if you want to, but it's not really about the money. It's just about getting the seeds. So if you have, like, for instance, I have these from Ginger Ninja from years ago, actually, Detroit red beets. And I'm going to be planting these for the competition. But I have these from her from the seed exchange that we did. And they can be your seeds. They can be any seeds, I'm highly against GMOs, so it cannot be any GMO seeds this year. None whatsoever.
In 2 weeks, I'm going to a huge seed swap.
Ooh.
It is mammoth. So if you have anything on your wish list that you want that you just haven't been able to find anywhere,
Hmm.
let me know and I will try to see if I can grab it off the seed table. The seed table there is huge, and this year they have outgrown the facility they've had it in for the last few years, and they've moved to a high
Oh,
school
wow. Okay.
so that they can use the high school gym for it. So, and this is not a small high school. This is a very large high school.
Nice.
So,
That's really cool. I've been really, really wanting, and it's not that I can't get it, but I've been really, really wanting but mashed potato squash. And
I
I
will
just
look
haven't
for
got it. So if you got it, if they have it, that'd be awesome. It's basically they say once you do it up and you mash it or whatever, it tastes just like mashed potatoes.
it.
And it's like half of the starchy, you know how potatoes are not, they're good for you, but they're not good for people who have sugar problems.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm interested in trying something that's an alternative. I really love potatoes though, but I'm interested in trying an alternative. That'd be kind of cool. What did you say, Garden State Gardener? Guys, we have Boom 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 live. Yes, that's 4 booms for an interview with 4 guests around March 23rd. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't really want to talk about that yet, mainly for the fact that we have people out there that are assholes that want to like ruin everything. So I'm really particular about what I talk about, especially with Grow Big TV, because I don't want somebody messing with that. So I tend not to reveal everything beforehand. But we are going to have it's basically going to be a roundtable discussion. And we already have some pretty big people on that roundtable discussion. And it will hit around March 23rd, which will be really cool. And we'll advertise for it ahead of time and let people know. But it's going to be pretty big. We already have some pretty big names on the roster of this roundtable discussion, which I really, really hope that we can talk about GMOs and we can talk about this damn purple tomato, because it really pissed me off. I don't think people understand the magnitude of what this is, and they blow it off. They're like, "Oh, I think I'm going to get these seeds." They're, "Oh, can you believe they're $20?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I don't want any cross pollination in my garden from that.
No.
And I don't understand why they're allowing it, and I don't understand why anybody would want that.
I don't know.
I can't comprehend, because I don't think like you said, they don't realize the implications. If it cross pollinates to the neighbor's garden, it's tainted forever.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
seeds. They can't save their seeds.
Right. I've talked to plenty of people about this, and people are saying protect the heirloom seeds as much as you can. Well, how the hell can you do that if your neighbor, I'm not saying that all neighbors are assholes. They're not. I have really good, really great neighbors right now. But I've had asshole neighbors in the past, and they just spray whatever, they pollute whatever on the ground, and they don't care. And that's the same kind of with this tomato. They'll just grow it wherever they want, put it in their beds, and then before you know it, your seeds are tainted with this GMO seed. And
a bee can fly 5 miles. So anywhere that these are planted is unsafe for heirloom seeds for 5 miles.
Yep.
5 mile radius.
And this enthralls me. I get so angry about it. Like, I don't think people understand the magnitude that what this is doing. And okay, so what is up with this GMO seed? This GMO seed is a purple tomato that has been the DNA has been crossed with a snapdragon, a purple snapdragon, right? That's what makes the purple color in the tomato. Why did we have to cross it with a snapdragon? Why? We already have purple tomatoes out there. So why the hell do we need to mess around with genetics for a purple tomato? We already have purple tomatoes.
And it's instant gratification.
Yeah, pretty much.
They want instant gratification. They don't want to work to make the tomatoes look more purple. They don't want to work on taste. They just want to plug and play. And I'm not of that.
Yeah. And like, I don't think also people realize, 5 miles. So if some person is like, oh, I'm going to grow GMO seeds within a 5-mile radius, there is a really good chance that you could have your heirlooms cross-pollinated with a GMO. I mean, this could really mess shit up. They haven't even been, I assume some of them have been planted already. So it's already started. It used to be that GMOs you couldn't get. You couldn't buy them unless you were an industrial farmer. And even then you couldn't save the seeds. You couldn't save the seeds. The seeds had to go back to Monsanto. Now anybody can grow these.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Let me one more second on this. So if the farmer next door's crop got cross-pollinated with that Monsanto corn, and they tried to sell their seed corn that they had raised for seed corn, not knowing it got cross-pollinated, and they tested it, Monsanto sued them. Even though Monsanto's at fault for cross-pollinating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going with our garden and our heirloom seeds. We're going to lose the rights to our heirloom seeds because they're going to be cross-pollinated with this stuff that is copyrighted and you can't own it. They're trying to take away our food.
Yeah,
plain and
that's
simple.
exactly what they're doing. They're trying to control food.
Yep.
That's exactly what GMO is about. They're trying to make it to where you can't buy anything but GMO seeds.
Yep.
And it's going to be like that. They're trying to control it.
Yeah. Back to the corn, the seed exchange I'm going to, they had a guy come in that grows all these different varieties of Indian corn. I mean, obscure, specific to certain tribes around the United States. And I actually got black corn from the tribe that is where my family is from.
Oh, that's really cool.
I mean, super obscure. Like, I mean, it may not be the exact tribe because my tribe was very specific and very tiny, but it's from their over branch that it is now.
Yeah.
And so it was really, really cool to be able to do that. And that is something that is priceless. So I don't want some big corporation coming in and destroying my heritage or the heritage of all of these peoples in America. And
Right.
that's basically what's at risk here. That's the high stakes. And nobody, it's not that big a deal. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I have so much to say, but if I said it, I gotta really be careful with what I say. That's what it is. I have to be really careful with what I say. But it angers me beyond belief. It really does. I just get so mad. This is not okay. And I put the link out there, Star, so if you want to come up, you can. I know it's been a while. I don't know how you can come up, but it'd be awesome if you could. And this is really weird. I never thought in a million years I'd be fighting against something like this. Other countries have banned GMOs altogether. Russia, India. I mean, there's a magnitude of countries who have banned GMOs. And now Italy has banned fake meat, lab-grown meat. Why are these countries doing that? Think about it. Italy, hello, puppy. Hello, little oh, it's not a puppy. It looks like a dash hound. That's a goat.
That's a goat.
I'm like, it looks like a dash hound for a minute, but no, that's a baby goat.
That's a baby goat.
Hello, baby goat.
That's why I muted. He was just having a fit over there because he saw his bottle and he didn't have it.
No, it's in his mama.
It's
And
funny.
his mama?
Yeah, his name's Jack.
Oh.
It's short for something.
So cute. That made my day. But yeah, so this whole thing with the seed thing, I wrote a huge thing about it on Facebook. It just pissed me off. Think about Italy though. Most of those people in Italy, they like live forever. Some of those people live to 80, 90 years old with no health problems. And they banned meat, that lab grown meat. Why did they do that? Because everything in Italy is grown either in somebody's backyard or it's grown by a farmer who takes really good care of their cows, their pigs, and stuff like that. Oh, baby goat. So yeah, it's just something to think about. It's crazy. People are crazy. This world is getting crazy. And they're doing this in a way that is like right under our noses. I had no idea that they have now, or that the government has allowed them to just give out GMO seeds now. I knew that was happening in England and those kind of places, but I didn't know that was here. And that really, really pisses me off.
It's scary. It's what it is. It's really, if you think about it, it's really scary.
By increasing the prevalence of beneficial bacteria. Yeah, it's not just the seed, y'all. It's not just the seed. It's what they're putting in the seed as well.
Mm-hmm.
It can mess up your soil and everything else. And I get their point of what they're trying to do, but the soil wouldn't be messed up in the first place if it wasn't for most of these GMOs that are out there. Just pisses me off to no end. Yeah, no, it's not good. Increasing the prevalence of beneficial bacteria, enhance the plant's protection against harmful pathogens. This is another thing. What this is doing is creating superbugs. A lot of people don't realize that either. Monsanto and these GMOs have created superbugs. And then you're trying to grow organically without any pesticides. And those bugs come straight to your garden and devastate it. That's why there's been, over the past couple years, have been such a heavy bug load in the garden. You can have some bugs, that's normal, but some people have just their entire gardens have been devastated by bugs because they, no matter what they put on their garden, it's getting eaten. Once you mess with the micros, we are all screwed. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah. Thank you for posting that, Joe. There's so much I would love to talk about this subject, but it makes me so angry, then I lose all thought. So I just like, and then my brain just like, so I lose all thought of anything that sounds educational. So, but yeah, this is not good, guys. It's not good. Ever get that feeling like they're gonna make a movie about the time in the future, and that was how the world shit the bed? Yeah. Happy Mac, are you from UK? I didn't know if you are. I think you are. Are you from the UK? Or are you from Canada? But yeah, so it just makes me so angry that this has happened, and how many people, um, just how many people have agreed to do this. I've had so many people that I had people that messaged me after I posted what I posted on Facebook. No, from New York. All my peeps are in Canada. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Um, I've had people message me and say, "Oh, I'm getting those seeds. Good for you. Good for you." I'm not happy about that. And I didn't even want to argue with them. I just kind of left the conversation.
Well, they don't understand, and you can't
Hey, dude,
rationalize
it's
with people
super
who just
early over
don't
there.
grasp it.
What time is it over there, Gil?
It's 7 minutes of 7.
Oh God,
Wow.
I just got up. I came in here. I watched Suspicious Observers, and then your notification, was sitting over there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I go ahead, Tammy. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just was like, wait a minute, he's 3 hours ahead of me. Like 2 hours ahead of me. Holy crap.
Yeah. No, just this whole situation, people don't realize the contamination factor is gonna. It could potential. It has the potential, put it that way, to very much disrupt the entire food chain. And we are made up of the molecules that we eat. Do you really want to mess with that and change? I mean, that's not good.
So I'm laughing at what Joe put in there. I already ran 5 miles. No, not quite. I was just about ready to getting ready to hop on the Gazelle.
Mm-hmm.
I just you're completely right, Tammy. For those of those of you that don't know, in a past life, Tammy was a nurse. Not just any nurse. She was an operating nurse. So she has the education to back herself up on anything that involves genetics and scientific.
I was very fascinated with genetics. Very fascinated with genetics as it came out. So I've also tried to study it a lot more, and I've taken other classes in college. Not just nursing, but a lot of science. Yeah. I've taken a lot of college classes because I had to keep doing continuing education stuff. So
I just realized something. I have a couple of nursing friends that I knew once upon a time that you've been a nurse. A couple of years ago, it got mentioned. One of my good friends.
I don't like to put it out there.
Yeah, one of my good friends in California, George Tickner, who really helped me get into more into ham radio, was a nurse. George Tickner was also one of the founding members of Journey.
Oh, yes.
And he was an operating room nurse.
That's
yes, cool. I did know that. Oddly enough.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm really into genetics too. Well, Courtney knows this because I do a lot of genetic DNA research for like unsolved mystery type things, which I find really fascinating. So
yeah, I like that too. You're right, Kathy Bates. She believes the government is still releasing bugs into the 100%. The spotted lanternfly. Like, how the hell did that even get here, for one? And spread. It spread so fast. Up and down the East Coast. We have it here. People are saying, I've never seen it. But it's all over New Jersey. Joe fights it every year now. It will just decimate your plants. They will just eat everything. And there's no way to kill them unless you just go to them and flick them in your jar somewhere and then kill them. There's just no sprays or anything you can put on them. They are a super bug, basically. Came from China. But I just, that's another thing that completely irritated me over the past couple of years. I'm like, I pray to God we don't get that, because they will eat your fruit trees too, not just your garden. They will eat your fruit trees. They eat everything. And yeah, Joe's saying yes. The one thing that bothers me about the GMO tomato is the fact that they basically crisped it with a snapdragon. I don't want to eat snapdragon. I don't want to eat something that's not. I don't normally eat. I guess an heirloom snapdragon you might be able to eat. I'm not sure. Most everything Baker Creek
The flowers
you can eat, but I don't want to eat snapdragon.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that people don't realize is the first genetically modified tomato had porcine, pork, pig genes to make it stay fresh longer on the grocery store shelves. And so the first commercial tomatoes actually contained pork genetics, which a lot of religious groups, not myself, because I am a fan of bacon, but a lot of religious groups were very, very against that. And you just don't know what is in that when they start messing around with it. They're not, they used to tell you, but after that, they haven't said where they've got a lot of these genes.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the pork, and that totally messes up everything kosher, for sure.
Oh yes, I mean there's several religions worldwide that do not eat pork, or that I can name 4 right now that do not eat pork, and that is horrible because they think they're getting a tomato, and they think that they are keeping their things, and they're not. If this GMO stuff starts spreading, you don't know, because now it's an established tomato. Are they messing with the genes from an established tomato, or is it still part of that chain of, how do I want to put it? Chain of events with GMOs, where they started with the one with pork. Now they're saying it's just a tomato, but originally they messed with it way back when, and it has that in there. You're not going to know. And that's the scary part. Another scary feature.
I got a message from someone that knows a ton about seeds, and I'll just say what they said. I'm not mentioning their name. Where is it at? Because I talked to them because I wasn't sure where this came from. And let's see. Hold on now. Oh, I asked, can you save the seeds of a GMO, or are they more like a hybrid where you can't save the seed, or it won't be like the exact same vegetable? Because yes, you can grow hybrids left and right, and that's not a problem. But you can't really save the seeds because, oh my gosh, it's the legend himself.
Hey, what's up?
Look at the tropics. He's over there in the tropics, just rubbing it in as if we got snow over here.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
That's cool. So basically what this person said is some are terminator crops. You cannot save the seeds, and some are not. It was a huge uproar over the decade ago when the neighbor crops cross-pollinated with GMO seed manufacturers. They tried to sue for the use of their product. This tomato is bad. It can definitely be bred with others. No idea what it will do to someone who eats it. They use bacteria to introduce the snapdragon gene. That's common, and no idea who that will affect those that eat it. The bacteria thing freaks me out. Like, why is that in my food? I don't know.
They use the bacteria to introduce it, so there's still that residue in there, and now you're creating a potential. Again, there's a potential for a superbug.
Yeah.
Because bacteria replicate so fast. And they learn DNA from each other really fast.
Yeah.
It's not like
Worcestershire.
it's not like us. It takes 18 years for our DNA to replicate itself again. It
Yeah.
takes very, very short time for bacteria DNA to replicate through a population. I can't mute you.
Was that Becca?
No, that's Jen. That's my
Oh, from a distance, it's
sister-in-law,
probably
Jen.
Becca.
No, I'm like,
No, my
and
house needs a repair.
I hit the mute button as fast as I heard her start to say something, and it actually didn't. It was the wrong button. Sorry.
Oh, Kathy Bates said, "Oh my God, it's Star." She's like, "Hey, handsome."
The screws came undone last night, so when I forgot and it pulled out and it went boom right to the floor.
Oh.
It's on the to-do list tonight.
Yeah. So that was just some information about this seed and what all it can do. Please don't buy this. Please do not buy it. And okay, it's coming from a country that's completely banned GMOs. What do you think about this subject, Star?
One moment, okay.
Okay.
So I missed which type of tomato you're talking about.
What is the tomato called? I can't remember. It's a purple tomato from, I don't know what they've called it. And I've lost the post because I've posted so much now. I've lost the post that I was talking about. Give me a second, because
I believe the name is Cosmic.
Okay, Cosmic Purple.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see the article. It was NPR. Okay, up now, there was no way that home gardeners could buy or grow GMO seeds. This is the article, by the way. That has changed in a week in the U.S. This new purple tomato gets its color from a snapdragon DNA and is now available for anyone to buy and grow. Are snapdragons edible? Why, yes, they are. But it is important to remember that adding DNA is not the same as selective breeding that makes GMOs bioengineered so controversial. We currently have a variety of purple-skinned heirloom tomatoes. They're not heirloom. See, they're trying to trick people. This is another thing that's kind of pissing me off, is that they're trying to trick people to buy this seed. It's heirloom. It's not heirloom. Yeah. And this is an NPR article. And I could probably copy this article and put it in the chat. I don't see what this is actually called. They just called it the purple tomato. It didn't have a name. I know it comes from a Norfolk plant. And 20 years ago, I mean, they've been working on this for a long time. Yeah, in this article, they just call it the purple tomato. I will put the article in the chat, and then you can tell me and read it. And then, I don't know, message me back. You can possibly email me. Let me know what you think about it, because I'm really curious as to what people think. Why does Apple make it so hard to copy links and stuff? Like, I don't get it. It's like they don't want you to copy the link.
Colonel Chris, we're talking about the new tomato that they have genetically modified, and instead of not being available to the general public, they're releasing it to gardeners anywhere that they can afford it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it is very, very much a new beast. Let's put it that way. Very much a new item.
Yeah,
it has a lot of potential for disaster, in my opinion. My personal, private opinion.
But I mean, really, honestly, your opinion really matters in this, because not only is it your opinion, but it's opinion of a lot of people that are against GMOs. I mean, it's exactly, you're saying exactly what's on my mind. Sorry, hold on one second. I'm going to paste this. Hopefully it did it. No, it didn't do it. It's being a pain in my ass. That's what it's being.
Yeah. Colonel, it was, the genetic material was transferred to this tomato from a snapdragon, and there's some bacterial transfer of the DNA used in the technique. There's a lot of interesting components. You should watch the first part of this video where we talked about it.
Okay. Now it won't let me share it. Why? Is it too long? That's what's going on. It's too freaking long.
I hate it when that happens. I type out a whole essay and realize I only get 101 letters.
I don't know if that's it, or it'll even take you to that. But there's the NPR link.
Chris, the first genetically modified tomato was modified with porcine or pork genes. So it's not that far off from the goat. You missed the goat, though. The goat was in here being bottle fed a minute ago.
Hello, dancing alone with rentals. But yeah, so yeah, this whole thing is really pissing me off. And don't even come up to me and say that you're gonna buy the seeds, because at this point it may affect if I ever talk to you again. Because I'm so angry about it. If you know I'm angry about it, don't come up to me and say you're gonna buy these $20 seeds.
And see, this is why people thought I was crazy when I bought the property in the middle of a swamp, and I am at least a mile from farmland in each direction that is cropland in two directions, and then on the other two directions there is no cropland near me. And I have big trees all the way around my property that help control the wind and wind pollination, and people thought I was crazy for buying this piece of property. I like my little island that backs up to swamp.
Okay, Star, are you still having issues? Are we still frozen? Just shake your head yes.
No, I can see you. I can see you. I can hear you.
Sorry, I didn't get that until now. So I apologize. I usually don't pay attention to the private chat unless you're like, hey, privates. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be there.
We don't have any GMO seeds, so I'm really bad at the topic because everything is organic. People want to have organic stuff. But if you take farmers and if you ask them, would you prefer organic seeds over GMO? Then they would actually go for GMO because it's easy and they'll get more money. I think that can be the reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your country has completely banned GMO seeds, so you won't have that issue, which you are completely lucky. Kathy Bates, she cracks me up. Yeah, so this particular tomato is mixed with a snapdragon. It's taken about 20 years, I think, to develop. They basically, it's not just something that they want to put in the grocery store. That means your neighbors can buy this seed, $20. They can buy this GMO seed. They can put it in their backyard garden and grow it. And it has the potential to mix with other heirloom tomatoes. It's totally mixable. It's going to decimate the heirloom varieties. And it's going to really interfere with saving seeds. Nothing is going to be true. And like Tammy said, bees can travel up to a 5-mile radius. So if your neighbor or whoever 5 miles away has grown this GMO tomato, it is a possibility that it could mix with your tomatoes from your backyard. Nothing is true then. Nothing, it's going to be all genetically modified. So,
and then because they've copyrighted it, they can come back and take your seed away from you because your seed is got their copyrighted DNA sequence, and you can lose. We can lose access to all our heirloom seeds.
Yeah.
That's basic. We're losing control of our food supply, and that is the bottom line here.
Now, just to make sure, companies like Mary's and M.I. Gardner are totally, they do not carry this at all.
No.
So who is providing access to?
In the article, it's a particular company that's providing access to this. It is called. Thank you for sending me that. It's Norfolk HP. That is the name of the company. So it's Norfolk HP. That's where you can buy it. It's kind of irritating me as well, is because they're making this look like it is a Baker Creek tomato. As you guys know, Baker Creek put out the Purple Galaxy tomato, and it looks awful similar. Baker Creek prides themselves on selling heirloom seeds. This can affect a lot of things, guys.
Is there any way you can message me that on Facebook Messenger, that article?
Yeah, I'll forward it to you right now.
Okay.
Actually, it was Joe who sent me the link that's copyable. So I just forwarded on. Thank you, Joe, for doing that. Appreciate it.
Right.
The government gets their fingers in it. Nothing but bad. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about this.
And that's another reason we need to have term limits to get these crooked politicians out of there that are approving this shit.
Right.
Pardon my French.
I totally agree with you, and I like your French, so it's all good. However, you have 80-year-old politicians sitting in their seat, and are they really signing? I mean, they're so far gone. Are they really signing this paperwork? No, it's some young, I don't know who, and they're signing off on this paperwork. Oh, yeah, they approved it. They're just 80-year-old person that still has a chair in Congress and won't leave.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I'm kind of just fed up. Yeah, they are. I have to believe that they are all crooked. You're right, Kathy Bates. I believe that they are. They all have. I can't remember what I saw or where it came from, but somebody said, if you're in Congress and you started off with making $200,000 a year, and 4 years later you are a multi-millionaire, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Who's paying you? Who's paying you off?
And what does this company you formed after you came into Congress, what does it actually do that you're making this money from this company?
Right. What I would like to see is who's backing this Litchfield company, politician-wise. Who's investing in this shit? I would really like to see that, and then I will never vote for them again, and I would plaster their picture on every site that I possibly could. This BS, this person is investing in basically the annihilation of our heirloom seeds, basically. Our food. People don't give a shit because they think their food comes from the grocery store. You have a whole other side of this where people just don't care because their food comes from the grocery store, and that's where their meat comes from. It doesn't come from a cow. It comes from the grocery store. They have completely cut themselves off as far as that's concerned. It boggles my brain. It hurts my soul. They don't realize the mess with the food can kill their loved ones. Oh, they're not worried about their loved ones. They have millions of dollars. They probably have a seed bank somewhere in South America. They've got all the seeds saved. Monsanto does. But yet he pushes these GMO seeds. He's got seed banks all over the world. He's got all these heirloom seeds, saving them up. Why? So does Bill Gates. Why are they saving seeds? They got GMO seeds, right? They're supposed to be the best.
Did you see his daughter's fiance?
No.
Yeah, you should see.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, this I'm looking at that article you sent me. The press release is full of lies right off the bat.
Yeah, I love how they say it's an
they-
heirloom seed.
Not only that, but developed the first and only purple flesh tomato. No, there are several purple flesh tomatoes.
Vikashire, sometimes it goes down to 17 degrees Celsius. Sometimes. It was in December, but now we are back.
I don't know. I'm not being a hater, and I'm not saying these things just to be dramatic, but I'm just like, this is like my last straw with this. I'm just completely angry about it. This should not be allowed to be public. These seeds should not be allowed for just anyone to buy. This is not good. This isn't just the grocery store. This is anyone. Ooh, the new purple tomato. They say it's an heirloom. It says it's GMO. I really don't know what that means. So I'm going to buy these anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. You know, here's two paragraphs that are totally lies. The company pointed out that surveys with American consumers show that 80% are interested to eat, purchase, and grow the purple tomato, knowing that it is bioengineered. Bullshit. Only 5% of consumers were not interested. They got those numbers backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we live at a time where many organic and non-GMO options in produce, consumers are looking for something better and different and enabled with biotechnology. No, they're not. I mean, you know, the press release is nothing but lies to pump up their product. And the biggest lie is the name of the company, Norfolk Healthy Produce.
My husband just messaged me. He said, fruits and vegetables grown in our urban gardens have a surprisingly large carbon footprint, according to new research.
Yeah, I've been putting out things against that. You know, that new research is done by several quote universities and stuff like that, and companies that are bought and paid for by the commercial canning companies and several big farm consortiums.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, honey.
Follow the money trail. Follow the money trail.
First of all, how does my garden have a carbon footprint? How?
Yeah, exactly.
How? I'm confused. If someone can explain why they would think that, hello, Howie.
Oh, because you're using gasoline or diesel in your vehicle to drive and go get the stuff, stuff from the Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff. They get to get the fertilizer and stuff to bring in for it, and because all small gardeners go and get the stuff to bring into their garden and spend a lot of time driving around doing this. So there's a carbon footprint for it. Plus, your plants of the home gardener don't absorb any carbon out of the no CO2 out of the air, which is
Oh
what
yeah, it's
plants,
only commercial plants
yeah,
and other
yeah,
places.
yeah, and which all plants need to live.
Yeah.
They don't breathe oxygen; they give off oxygen. They absorb carbon dioxide.
Mm.
So it's yeah.
I just am. So you are pushing the GMO seed for saying, oh, we lost Star. Love you, Star.
Yep.
He has horrible internet connection. You're pushing the GMO seed, right? And then in one hand, people are saying your garden is ruining the environment. So where is this going? Where is this leading to? We can only assume because it hasn't got there yet, but it's getting there. I'm just flabbergasted. Like,
Yeah.
what? My brain hurts from thinking about that. Are you serious? My garden has a carbon footprint? You're nuts.
Yeah. I commented on I'm trying to remember who said it. It was on one of the one of the posts on Facebook, and I that someone was put it out there, about the thing, and I commented on it and stuff, and someone came back. Well, what do you mean that all the big farms use chemicals? No, most of them don't use chemicals, and it's like I had to point out, yeah, you see a crop that's just spraying stuff on it, that's chemicals. You see those tanks hooked up to the irrigation sprayers, that's chemicals.
Right.
And I laid all that back out to them, and they just disappeared. Once
Nice
the truth was in
library,
their
Star.
face. But yeah, it's
Very studious of you.
It's just totally. Yeah.
Maybe the internet's better at the library, Star.
Might be. I was messing up with the background and stuff, and
By the way, you guys, they're doing this all over the world. This isn't just here. Like, they're trying to shut down the allotments in UK from people growing their own food. They're trying to stop that altogether because of all this going on. So where does it end? You can't grow your own food? Like, that's stupid. It's all because they want us this GMO crap that's in the stores.
it ends where when you start buying stuff and not able to grow anything, so you'll be under full control of them. I think that's their ultimate goal.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
It's scary. It's just scary.
I think I got used to it because let me tell you something. Okay, I learned something yesterday that an 6 months or 8 months old baby has to have a biometric thing taken so that she can be counted as to receive something from the government. So it's a must. It's a necessary thing. Now, if I go out and do that in your country, I don't think anybody's gonna be happy with taking the biometric, the prints and iris scan, all the stuff, right? But here it's like you have to do it. It's a necessary thing, and you can't even ask them what's going to happen with the data. All they want you to focus is, if you do this, you're going to get a subsidized cooking oil or gas. If not, you wouldn't get that. Even if you want to get a new SIM card, a mobile phone connection, you still have to have all these things. So if they scan you anywhere, even in a grocery store, they'll get the whole thing: your name, your address, your mobile number, the prints of your hands and knees and what all. So it was scary, but now everybody is okay with it, I guess. Now people think that it is more of a need and nobody's actually talking about how scary it is. So
Yeah.
one thing is good though. One thing is that we have a voters ID, which you guys lack. We have a voters ID, even though things are corrupt, but we can still vote as a citizen. Not like
Yeah.
in your place where they just dump ballots, all the dead people voting and all. No, we don't have that stuff. It's the only thing that is safe. The rest, the food and all, it will be same. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the laws in Canada, Lewis, as far as GMO seeds are concerned? Are you there?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they are. I've seen GMO seeds, but I don't think they're as much as Harlem seeds or other seeds.
Interesting. I was just curious about that. I know I don't know, it's a handful of countries that ban this. One of them is India. I think the other one's Russia. And I believe Italy has, but I don't know the other countries that have banned GMOs altogether. But it's a sad thing that's happening right now. So to actually have a garden, y'all, it's basically saying F you to these people. So, plant something, grow something. If you just grow tomatoes for the summer, you are potentially just you're basically stopping the from going to the grocery store. So if you can do that's your protest basically. So grow your own food if you can, because this is just getting out of hand. And I never thought I would actually be here. I mean, for years I heard people, grow your own food, and I thought it was just because, the GMO wheats and, and stuff like that's messing with people's stomachs and stuff like that. But now it's out there. And it's scary. Hello, Roberta. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate ya.
Korky, do you think?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Well, now, I mean, for the past few years, I don't know how many years you started gardening and stuff, but did you ever felt like I'm not going to grow food because there are people who can grow for me and I can save a lot of time. I can go out and live my dreams so that others can grow food for me and I could eat. Because that was what my understanding was. That's what I thought, which is good. I thought it was like advanced way of living, where everybody else works. Either we come home or go to a restaurant, eat something and just move on with your life, because growing something and eating, it takes a lot of time, right? A lot of time, a lot of effort. And if you really calculate the amount of hours that you're putting in to grow your food, it doesn't match with the with the economy if you do the math there. So I think that's one of the reasons why people don't take seriously when you talk about growing food, because they think that let others work, I'm going to eat their food. And it only starts getting serious when you have health issues, starting with our gut.
Right.
Okay? Starting with our gut. So I have seen, the other day I was seeing the graph, the number of people who have deceased because of various aspects, and one of them was gut problems. And they said it was all food related, especially because of eating supermarket food or something that you get from groceries. A lot of things is polished. I have seen people actually making breakfast out of the cereal box. I mean, I don't do that because I've never seen a cereal box before not now. I mean, we're talking about like a couple of years, couple of decades ago. Even now, we still do the breakfast from the scratch, from the pulses. Of course, we're not going to grow the pulses, but we still buy them from the farmers. So I think I don't know how many days it's going to take my friends to accept what I'm doing. People around me, they think it's funny. People think that I'm wasting my time. People say, "Oh, this guy has nothing to do, so he's just using this as an excuse. Growing food is an excuse." So they don't get it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the world today is in a high-paced, fast-paced, want to make money, and don't have time for the smaller things in the world, such as gardening, such as building stuff like they used to, stuff like that, right?
Yeah. 100%.
If they can make something quicker, whether it's food, furniture, cars, doesn't matter what it is. If they can make it faster and charge a pretty penny for it, they're gonna do it. Because society, like in the last, say, 200 years, has grown to where it is today. You know what I mean? People say 200 years ago they were raising pigs, chickens, whatever the case might be. They had gardens, whatever the case may be. But there was a lot less people that are in the world then than there is now.
Yeah. I think a lot of their excuses are too is, hey, we're overpopulated, so we need GMO seeds. It feeds the masses, but we're not overpopulated.
We are not. I mean, if we are, actually, you'll not find food in the stores, right? How many big stores are there having so many branches across the state, across the city, and you see the shelves full of food? I don't think if you're like really populated, you'll not see the food on the in the storage cabinet anywhere. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be a solution to this. We did interview Glyphosate Girl over at Grow Big TV, and it's devastating what glyphosate is doing to the environment and doing to us. She had major problems. She had fibromyalgia and stomach issues, was losing her hair, and it's all because she was eating stuff from the grocery store that was sprayed with glyphosate. Glyphosate, for those of you that don't know, is a Monsanto thing, and usually it's sprayed on the crops. It's sprayed on the crops, and then it's also sprayed on the wheat when they need to dry it out. So it gets like a double dose of this pesticide, basically, and then it goes directly into our food. It's in our water. It's everywhere.
I just want to say one thing about this. Former president signed into law a bill saying that we can never go back and sue the company who makes glyphosate for any damages done to U.S. citizens by that crop. And his wife was a former employee of said company as a lawyer. That's all I'm going to say. Very carefully said that, but that is not widely known. But they have been given a carte blanche to do whatever they want, and they are not allowed to be sued for damages for anything that is ever alleged against them.
So when you say farmer, how long are you talking about?
He's been engrossed in many scandals during and since his term in
He-
office.
He's
So,
not.
is
He's
he-
not an
is he-
orange man,
is
right?
he
Is
from,
he an orange man?
No,
No.
much
Okay,
older
thank
than
God.
that.
Oh,
Is
okay. Awesome.
he from that state that begins with the letter A?
Yes, he is from the state that begins with the letter A. And I mean, I should have given you away. His wife also ran a couple times for
Yes.
office and served in
Oh,
higher
Oh,
office in this
Sorry,
country.
I almost said Alabama.
you mean to say his
And I'm like,
husband?
oh,
Okay, I got
Arkansas.
that.
Yes,
Sorry.
I will leave Monica's boyfriend alone.
yeah.
My brain, when you said that, he comes from, I'm like, what state? My brain was going somewhere else. Sorry. Arkansas.
I was talking about Atlanta.
Didn't
Actually. I
inhale
was
and he
thinking
didn't
Atlanta.
have anybody hiding under his desk.
No, he didn't inhale. No.
He could play a damn good saxophone, though.
He was a very good saxophone player. Yes. Yes. He also likes to take trips to island countries or private islands.
He
Doesn't-
likes tropical beaches.
He
Yes,
has his own
yes.
island, doesn't he?
No, he was hanging out with that other guy who hung himself.
Oh, allegedly. Yeah.
No, there's flight logs. He was on the flight log. I don't have to say allegedly. He was on the flight log.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Ha,
Just a
Imagine
tourist.
it.
Just a tourist. He didn't see anything. Nothing to see here.
the guy in the chair visiting that island is something totally different. I mean,
Yeah.
my mind actually stopped working when I heard that.
Anyway, I don't want to get. This is Courtney's channel. We can discuss it on mine. But
Yeah.
But yeah, he signed a bill
We gotta be careful,
into
guys.
into office, exempting them from prosecution for any liability for their product.
Oh, okay. Any good things happening out there? You have any prospect of good things happening in the future? Because all we see is the outside thing that you guys show us. So, what's exactly is happening?
Okay. Tonight we're interviewing John Rolick.
Who's that?
And he's the founder of Nutiva, co-founder of Agroforestry Regeneration. He's a regeneration farmer, and he's the founder of Nutiva, co-founder of Agroforest Generation Communities. And tonight is just going to be a really good interview. I don't know if you'll be able to watch it because it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Star, but if you get a chance, go back and watch it because this guy really knows his stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a really good topic for tonight. Everything that basically we're talking about now, we're probably going to talk about tonight, but it's going to be more advanced. And this guy really knows his stuff. Any product that has no liability is not meant for good for the human race. Isn't that the truth? Thank you, Roberta. That pretty much stated that, didn't it?
I like the way you phrased that. Yes.
I never thought that I would. Oh, go ahead, Lewis. I'm sorry.
Imagine if the government did a lot of what we did, right? Like canning and mason jars and stuff like that. Imagine how many mason jars there would be. You know, imagine if they did a lot of the stuff we did. You know, tried to grow stuff. They couldn't do it. They really couldn't do it.
Well,
Not because they don't know how to.
the other problem is if the government was trying to do canning and stuff, the price of jars would go up 1,000-fold.
And also those guys are not
because
gonna.
they pay insane amounts for a hammer or a toilet seat in the military. Yeah. So if they were buying up all the jars, we wouldn't be able to afford them.
Mr. Gill, didn't they ban glass, or isn't there a organization that says glass hurts Earth, so they're banning glass items and all?
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that either.
We have that thing going on here, so
Oh,
we
great.
don't have,
Usually what happens in the other parts of the world will slowly trickle its way over here.
Well, yeah.
Some things will. Other things will get like bans on certain things because it's healthy, actually really healthy for people. They go, no, we don't want that ban over here. We want to keep on doing our genetically modified food.
It's really sad when other countries, like specifically Mexico, will not take our corn. They won't take our corn. It's GMO. They don't want it. I think that was the 5th country, by the way. I think Mexico has banned all GMOs. They will not take our GMO corn because they said that it was causing cancer because too many people eat tortillas that have corn in them, corn tortillas, and people were getting cancer and dying.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
You know what I
Still
heard?
ain't stopping them
well,
from
too?
jumping the fence.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know what I heard in the Canadian news? I don't know, Global National, I think it was. And something about plant-based meat. And they're going to put more, they're going to take genetically animal cells and then take the fats and the proteins or the fats from that and put it in plant-based meats. So it tastes more like a real meat.
That's so disgusting. That makes me want to rob. That makes me want to instantly become a vegetarian. I can't even think about it. I get grossed out just looking at certain things like raw chicken makes me want to barf. There's just certain things that I cannot look at, and to look at genetic modified whatever meat conglomeration factory made stuff. I just can't even. It just makes me want to puke. I can't even think about it.
When I first saw that, it was like, why don't you just stick with meat and get rid of this plant-based stuff?
They said they were going to get some mad cow disease or something.
I like Mother Nature's plant-based meats. The cow eats the grass and turns it into meat. Therefore, that meat is plant-based. The chickens eat the bugs and the plants and stuff, and therefore it is plant-based and you don't want to go on that. It's just
hold on 1 second. There's something going on. My dogs are fighting. I don't know what it is. Give me 1 second.
I have heard that the Western country wants to eat bugs like insects for protein. Stop eating meat or cows.
Yeah, there was I saved the video that someone put out there on the bugs and stuff. I'm never sure who it was. I have to go back in my YouTube and pull it up. But they listed all the things bad about the crickets and everything else, and how they affect the body. It's not just the crickets, but it's other bugs and stuff they're planning on using in the things like the shells and stuff for the exoskeletons. Interrupts the body's ability to use vitamin A and stuff like that. So,
yeah, obviously bugs. I mean, we are not made to eat bugs.
Yeah, no.
They are venomous. They have some amount of poison which is not good for us. That's for sure. And I think animals are there for that reason, and we are there to eat the animals. Either way, that's how it's supposed to be. I think that's called a food chain, where people actually lack to understand simple, basic math.
Well, okay, so cows on this earth, I understand, especially in India, there's probably cows everywhere.
Oh yeah, a lot of them, yes.
But cows are basically on this earth so we can eat them. You raise them, we eat them. And I mean, they're not a dog. You can't invite them into your house. I guess some people would.
they want.
I've seen it, but
I've seen. I can still see every day. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. I see
But-
people do that. Yeah.
that's the same with chickens. I mean,
Yeah.
some people have them as pets, but they're here on this earth so we can eat them. Not to be cruel to them.
Mhm.
We're not supposed to be cruel, but they're here to provide us.
Yes.
And I don't understand any other way. I mean, I will still eat chicken, even though it grosses me out sometimes. I will still eat chicken, and I will still eat cow. There are some other meats that I won't eat, but I don't understand any other way of thinking. I don't know. I guess that's just me.
I think they're more concerned with the cow farts because they say that protein content from a grasshopper or a
Okay.
locust
Let me explain to you
is a lot.
that there were something like, I don't even know how many billions of buffalo roaming in the 1800s in
Be-
America.
Before
I mean,
Buffalo Bill.
billions.
Yeah.
Okay, the 300,000 or 400,000 cow farts we have now are nothing compared to bison farts. So that whole thing of it's the cows is a bold-faced lie.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I 100%. And guess what? Most of our cows don't come from America.
Yeah.
They come from Brazil.
Oh, really? We are
Oh, yeah.
I think second largest
Brazilian-
exporter of cow meat from India. We do that.
Almost of all of America's cow comes from Brazil.
And Brazilian beef is actually supposed to be the best in the world.
Is it grass fed?
Yes, grass-fed.
Okay.
Yeah. Plant-based, grass-fed.
On that note, I remember something. I've heard that at the cattle feed, they are mixing something that actually prevents the growth of mushrooms from the cow dung, because people are tripping on mushrooms. The psychobalamin, something that comes out from the mushroom, which sprouts from the cow dung. So they are mixing something in the cattle feed, so it doesn't have that spores, or when it poops, you'll not have any mushrooms growing out of it.
Interesting.
I found that video and I posted. It was Dr. Eric Berg talking about all the negatives of it, because it was in response to CNN. Their Dr. Gupta Gupta reports on the healthy trend of eating scorpions, crickets, and other insects.
Gupta.
No.
Oh, North Indians. They think they know everything.
Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, and what you guys don't know is they're already incorporating bugs into our food.
They're even trying to run your country. Come on. I mean, they're just messing up the whole world.
If you eat a chicken patty from the United States, 99% sure it has bugs in it.
Ew.
Well, that originally was accidental because they weren't keeping the factory clean.
Oh. Yeah.
If I ever come to US, I'm going to be eating in your homes, but not outside, not in a restaurant. I'm trying to find a notepad or something that I can copy and paste that link.
Yeah, I mean you have a wrench, so you can paste it in the side chat if you want.
Paste.
Our food, they grind up tree. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I completely stopped eating shredded cheese from the grocery store. Here in America, we're a society of convenience. So we will go and they have already chopped up lettuce in the stores for us. We can just go and grab it. They've already chopped up cheese, right? Mm-hmm. But the cheese that's shredded in the grocery store has cellulose on it, which is tree pulp. It also has an antifungal property or something like that, antibiotic in it that you can put in your eyes when you have conjunctivitis, and that is also in our cheese. So I refuse to buy shredded cheese. Now I just buy the blocks of cheese and shred it myself.
Yeah.
Unfreaking real. We
So
do
can
not
you
need
not can you not store the cellulose in the form of a block in a block of a cheese?
no.
Is
They
it
don't.
it's
They
not
don't put
in
it on. They don't put it
Okay.
on there.
The
They
only
don't.
reason why it's in the shredded cheese to begin with is it keeps it from sticking together.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
okay.
clump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I understand that.
Which is still clumps, anyways.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Mm,
but
Yeah,
but
and
they're
I've
selling it
always
by the
wondered.
pound, and the more cellulose they can add to it, the
mm.
cheaper the product is for them to manufacture. Again,
Recently, I
follow
had
the money.
noticed too when I
So
had bought and shredded cheese, it lasts in the refrigerator for months,
Yeah.
without getting mold on it as well. What are they doing to shredded cheese? And it's such a convenience. You go to the grocery store, and the one side of the dairy aisle is nothing but shredded cheeses. It's convenient for people,
Yeah.
but they do not know what they are putting in their bodies. Have no idea.
The
why
cost of
is
that
that,
convenience
Korky? I
is
mean, why is it happening? Is it because they want to make more money, or they're running out of dairy products? Why? Why is this?
I
A
don't
lot
know.
of it, I think, is I'm only speaking about the meat processing plants, okay, and what I've
Mhm.
learned working for my old man. Um, a lot of it, okay, block cheese, it goes bad, or it's a week from going bad. So what they'll do is shred it
Mhm.
and then add the cellulose and whatever they add to it. Like, so shredded cheese might be a second grade or stuff where they got to add stuff to it to make it last longer so that they can get the money out of it.
So basically,
Um,
it's. I think the end result is the money, right? They want to make more money out of it. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that.
you have to
so
remember
that
we're
and
very large. Canada and the United States are very large. There are
Yeah.
not that many processing plants here like there used to be. So
Okay.
I might be getting chicken that was processed in Tennessee all the way up here in Michigan. There's no longer local plants anywhere near me. I might be getting food that was canned in Washington State here in Michigan. That's like saying you're getting your food from another country.
Yeah.
You know,
But
that's
why
I
is
mean
it
that's
though? I
farther
mean,
than North and South
why
India.
people are not? Do people do this? I mean, they don't want to go into that kind of businesses, or they
The
simply are
the
not
government
interested.
requirements to be in business have pretty much shut down all local processing plants
Okay.
and
So
made
they made
them
it really hard,
multi-state
impossible.
plants instead of a singular plant in each state or multiple plants in each state. They've made them multi-state plant processing plants. The cost, it's just all the government regulations have driven up the cost and shut down local places.
What a lot of
So,
people don't. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Star. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, honey.
so whoever is actually having these plans, are they being subsidized by the government, or they just
A lot
met
of
the requirements
a
or made
lot
up
of our food
falsified
is
requirements?
a lot of our food worldwide is owned by 4 or 5 companies, and they own
That's it.
all of
Four
these.
or
That's
five
it.
companies only.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my!
it. And
That
Who are
I
those
don't want to
companies?
go into it here, but if you look at who
Yeah.
owns,
that's like a monarchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, that's my point. You've got it. You're awake. You've gotten it. You
Yeah.
figured this out.
You've been woken.
Good morning.
You've been no. You've been rewoken.
Yes.
We have a bunch of people owning different businesses here, so we don't. We may not have that. We cannot
No,
have
you still
that
have
here.
your
Because
local food chain is still in place. But here in the
yeah,
United States, we are watching our local food chain be eroded and destroyed and broke down and at a rapid and alarming rate.
So nobody's coming up to do anything. I mean, do you have any organization like you're from your farmer's side, take a bill to your Senate, or
The
get that
problem is that
passed? Or-
if you follow the trail of money from those companies, it goes back to the lawmakers.
Mhm.
They've been under the table bought, or it doesn't actually go to the lawmaker. It goes to the wife or the son or the husband of that lawmaker. It's like a certain Miss Plastic Face from California.
Hmm.
Her husband's companies got thousands of federal contracts that they should
So-
never have gotten, and made
So,
billions of dollars off
so
stuff.
basically, they're in their pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but there should be some kind of resistance. You're telling me there is no resistance at all?
It's it takes, because these are all now huge, big money companies. You got to have big money to fight them.
Like,
And what you're talking, I'm
you need to
talking
have
hundreds of
powerful
thousands of
lawyers.
dollars to put
Okay.
into litigation and legal stuff, and that it's and plus they have their PR departments using hundreds of thousands of dollars to put out PR on it, and so when someone says, "Oh, this here," they just get hammered in the press. Check, they don't know what they're talking.
Another thing I wanted to discuss, okay, a lot of people don't know this, but glyphosate is also an antibiotic, okay? So we're spraying these antibiotics all over our food and we're ingesting them. But also they're putting antibiotics in the shredded cheese, right? Young people are so lazy that they don't shred their own cheese. They just buy it from the grocery store. They don't care. They eat it. But meanwhile, we're eating the bread, the pasta, or whatever we're putting the cheese on. And we're also basically taking on this antibiotic, which in turn, I've spent basically the last couple years trying to fix my stomach because I was on so many antibiotics at one point. So now we're ingesting more and more antibiotics, which makes us weak.
Yeah.
Our immune system is 90% our gut. And if you don't have a good microbiome in your gut, you don't have a good immune system. And then you're
Obviously.
more susceptible to all sorts of things. That's all I'm going to say on the health side of that.
Yeah. So I have a question though. The people who actually have these contracts with them and producing stuff like that, what about them? Do they eat the same food that we eat, or do you think they have any kind of reserved, secretive place, or maybe a country where they get the food which is really good away
I
from
don't
all the
know.
noise that they are keeping it, because
That
they
would
have
be
to eat,
sneaky,
right? They gotta
wouldn't it?
eat just like us. So
Yeah.
what are they doing? Are they avoiding it, or do they have anything against it working within their bodies?
We don't know. I mean, I've never got that close to anybody that would know.
Because their children are going to eat it, right? Our children are going to eat it. You're going to eat it. They're going to eat it.
Some of these
it's
are
just
so rich, they're getting the really expensive grass-fed,
Mm, some of
beef
them,
and stuff
yes.
like that, or the really expensive meat and stuff that's healthy that everybody else cannot afford.
Okay.
So
Yeah, the best
they're
of
rich
that.
enough they can afford to buy that stuff.
We have more majority of not so rich guys, but rich enough. So, okay, yeah, that's going to be it's going to be a different topic. I'm not going to bring that up. So, but is going to, any changes going to happen in few months after this, where it actually be helpful for gardeners and farmers like you? is there anything that the person who is running now, the candidate, is there anything that he can do?
This is the topics that we're talking about are not even brought to light.
No.
People
That's the
have
thing, though.
no idea what they're consuming, and if they did know, they still don't care. They still go out and they buy that Impossible Whopper that is genetically modified, basically. They go out and they buy, the cheese, even though after they've seen the videos of it, they don't care. And they have gotten, what Glyphosate Girl has talked about is that they have gotten used to being sick. They don't know what it is to feel good because they've never felt that way.
The other problem is the point of origin where you're exposed to something and then you develop, and I'm a cancer survivor. So I don't know what I have a very good suspicion of what chemical. My dad worked at a chemical plant. I went out every night and I gave him a great big hug. At age 16, I got skin cancer, which is very young for skin cancer. Very, very young. Can I say it was because I hugged my dad who had chemicals on his clothes? No, because 15 years passed from the last hug to when I got cancer. I can't prove anything. I can't even make that kind of allegation. The company's not in business anymore. I'm not making that statement. That's not what I'm saying here. But the point of origin to the point of when you're diagnosed could be 15, 30, 45 years from the time when you're exposed.
Yeah. And a lot of
you can't. So nobody
cannot
cares.
Actually have no proof.
It's like my teenage son who has no concept of his mortality. So he's going to drive fast. He's going to eat what he wants. He's going to drink what he wants. He's going to do what he wants because he has no concept of his own mortality, and that these things, the little choices he's making now, are going to affect his long-term health or his long-term life. And that's how the whole population is. They don't care because they don't comprehend the true nature of their mortality by this chemical exposure or this ingestion or whatever it is. Because nobody knows what, is it something in the air? Is it something in the water? Is it something you eat? Nobody knows. We can't prove it. So we don't care. We're just going to do what's convenient. And that's the attitude. Do what's convenient.
If you could actually bring that up to this person who's going to be a president soon.
They're bought and paid for. They're already bought and paid for.
They don't care because that's not the issue that is pressing on their thing. I mean, it's the things that are pressing issues that are hot topics are not the things that really matter to people. But
what
the
if
things
you
that
can
get the
actually
most attention?
Question them. What if you can actually question them, like how
they don't care? They don't care. They're bought and paid for already. They've already been bought and paid for by these companies. They don't care.
These companies are already whining and dining them before they ever become a real candidate that's on the ballot. They've already been out to dinner with 7 or 8 of these companies' representatives and already been told, if you help us pass these things into law that we need, we will make sure that you are financially secure. Did I put that nicely?
Yep. Yeah.
They don't care about me.
They're getting paid off,
any money.
basically.
So
they're
what
getting paid off for the vote.
What I understand is the pro-life thing ends only until whether you go and get aborted or not, but does not continue throughout the lifetime, where a person actually eats the crap that somebody else is preparing. So that has a limitation. That's what I understand. Am I right?
The thing is, so we've become so entrenched in not fixing our own food. Everybody goes out to eat at a restaurant. They go out to fast food restaurants. They don't. They got the health department says these guys have an A1 rating, so we don't care. We don't want to hear anything else because they've already been. The government's already looked into them and they've given them the thumbs up as a good company. So we're going to eat there. They don't care about that. That's the problem. There's so much, and then the legislatures and stuff have been bought off so much, and there's some of them that are so entrenched in government that have been there for 30, 40 years and control everything that a new person coming in gets relegated to to be on a committee, some BS little committee that keeps them busy and out of everybody's hair. And so it's basically, it's the saying, you gotta, if you want to play, you got to go along.
So the problem hasn't saturated yet. It did not meet the saturation point. The saturation point is where you have no other option but
it won't matter. It's already past the saturation point, but the PR everybody's been indoctrinated to ignore it. Go ahead, Cammie.
Here's the problem. You and I are looking at it that it's a problem. There are those people who are pulling the puppet strings who look at this as the solution to what they say is the problem. And so it depends. The players' end goals are different. My end goal is different than any of the richest people in America or the world. Okay? This is the answer to their end goal, to what they see as the biggest problem facing the world.
Yeah, and in fact that they get control, they don't want to give up their control. That's part of I got control and this is it, so everything's good and golden, and you're just an idiot out there who's spouting nonsense.
Yeah, it's not just the cows they say there's too many of.
Yeah.
It's people.
It also people, yeah, that's true.
And if you've ever driven across the United States, you look around at all the empty land not being used. It's like, what the heck are they talking about? Because so many people are in cities and they think, oh, we're so crowded in the city, we're overpopulated. And the reason
all they take is the statistics from the New York, from the crappy place on the map.
And just so much, there's so much BS being put out there by mainstream media, which is bought and paid for, and by so many. So you keep on hammering this fake narrative that people just hear it so many times. I hear it all the time. It's got to be true.
Yeah. You guys, if you can, watch Grow Big TV tonight at 7 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. If you can't come tonight because you're in a different time zone.
Which is 4:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, watch it when you get a chance. It's going to be very enlightening. We're going to have some panelists, hopefully, some big names coming on March. I think he said March 23rd. So we're going to have that going on. And it's going to be really awesome to see other people's perspectives on this as well. I really appreciate y'all for coming. I've been on for 2 hours and I have to get moving. I had to buy a couple Valentine's Day shirts for myself.
What time is it tonight? What time tonight?
It's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
Standard.
Yeah. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern is Gray Man Prepping with I want to get the topic name right. Are you prepared to do what's necessary?
I think I've seen that
notification. I think it's going to be. It's more basic.
And then Thursday at noon, I'm going live Thursday at noon on my channel.
Thursday at noon. I don't know if I can be there because I have to be at my son's school and I don't know what time yet because I volunteered for both Valentine's Day parties.
That's okay. It just happens to be when I'm not driving kids around and I'm by myself. So sorry. It's what works best right now.
Seriously, I love each and every one of you. Thank you. We've kept 10 to 11 people in here for 2 hours on this subject. And it's one that's dear to my heart because this is how I live. This is my life. I love gardening. But it takes more. My desire to garden has happened. It's even more because of all this crap that's going on. So to produce a non-GMO tomato and sell that at my stand to make sure. I mean, I used to think that plastics were making people get cancer. Plastic forks and plastic plates, stuff like that. Now I'm just thinking it's the food. It's the food that we are eating that's causing us to be sick.
Yes.
Something to think about on your way out today. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, everyone who's offered information in side chat, sending me links. Joe, I really appreciate it because for some reason my phone doesn't want to copy links. So I appreciate it. And thank you, Star, for coming on. I love you. I love you so much. And we've missed you. And so thank you. And I haven't been on that much. So it's just been, I haven't seen my peoples. I miss you. But yeah, see y'all tonight if you can make it. And don't forget that Gil goes on at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. It's Eastern Standard Time. He runs on Eastern.
Everybody will try. The whole country. If you say Eastern Standard Time, everybody knows where to figure out their time from that.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Lewis. I love you guys, and we will see y'all tonight. And have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.